Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Ivy Shu and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to our channel this afternoon. I have a very interesting topic that we are going to be talking about, and I have with me Uche Robinson Israel to have this lovely discussion. Now, I don't know about you. For most people, you or someone you know must have fallen in love, or you must have had your heart broken. When I listened to Robinson's story on Twitter, I just had to bring him live for him to share his story and for you to learn one or two things from him. The first question I'm going to ask you is, if you're out there and you're watching, if you're coming in, is for you to ask yourself a question. Do we give up on love because we've been hurt, or do we keep loving again? So I'm going to give over to Uche for him to first of all introduce himself. If you have, you guys know how we do this. If you have any question for Uche, please, as he's talking, just drop your comments and we'll get around to answer it. And also, if you have any advice or any thought in anything that he's saying, please drop it, and we will also read them after this live show. All right, so Uche, can you help us by introducing yourself, please?
Okay, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Uche Robinson Israel. I'm from Abia State, Abreba in Ohofia local government. I'm a graduate of Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, where I studied library and information science. Out of job at the moment, but all hands on deck on it.
Nice.
So over to you.
So basically, you're not working now. All right. So
no, not
can you just tell us, because when I was on Twitter, you gave us a little bit of your background. Can you just tell us a little bit about your background, your siblings, your relationship with your dad and your mom? How was it like growing up before we get into your love life?
Okay, growing up, it was a bittersweet story. Let me put it that way. And regardless of how it is, like I keep on telling people, love is a very beautiful thing, and when you find it, is a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful feeling. Now, I grew up in a family where my dad used to be rich, as at the time we had 7 maids and all that, and we are in these maids, more like the same way these music artists, they have an agreement with their management to serve them for a period of 2 years, 3 years, thereabout. So in my family then, every maid was being settled after every two years. Yeah, after every two years. So it got to the last maid that happens to be my mother's school daughter. You know, everybody being in the city, she was left behind in the city out of her own benevolence, the love she had for the lady. She told the lady, okay, you can join me in Cotonou, because that was where I was born, Cotonou, Benin Republic. So to cut the whole long story short, there's this thing in Igbo adage, but I have to say it in English. Only somebody that you are fighting something with, at the end of the day, turns her back and say that you are the cause of what we are fighting for. You understand what I mean? So she became the reason why the marriage failed at a point. And you know love, how love could be. My mother was willing to hold on to know whether the marriage is going to work out and all that. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out, because at a point, my dad started becoming violent, domestic violence and all that. Every intervention from family and friends, you know, church members and all that proved abortive. So at the end of the day, my mom decided to leave. And prior before this time, I wonder where, you know, I read stories of where a teacher flogged a child to death in a school in Lagos and all that. And it took me back to my growing up. You know, parts of the marks on my body were inflicted on me by my biological dad, and he had this orientation that is a form of discipline. You flog a child. Tell me how else you could explain wickedness. You rub pepper all over the body of your child. You tie him to a tree filled with soldier ants, and you tie him
Wow.
to that tree and give him 24 strokes of cane. Now, you don't know whether you are crying for the pain you are receiving from the cane that is being flogged on you, whether you are crying for the soldier ant that is biting you, or whether you are crying for the pepper that is on your body. So these and many more were the things that happened while I was growing up. And funny how it's quite a mystery how this thing did not shape me into being a mean person, a bad person, because I know some people, like I know a whole lot of people that this thing would have turned them into being monsters and all
All
that.
right.
But
Okay.
I thank God that I
Let me
turned out
just say
fine.
something. Um, I know that your picture, or I can actually listen to what you're saying, and I can actually picture my life or anybody who grew up at my age, where dads or parents don't show love. Seriously, don't show love. Do you understand? And they have this way of
Yeah.
believing that training up a children has to be the harsh way, the beating. There was nothing about love. Now, not only that, your own case was that someone actually caused a rift between your mom and your dad. Okay, so am I going to say that you grow up not actually having that sense of closeness and love between you? Because I know why I'm talking about this, because the things that happen later, maybe it could be because you are looking for that avenue for love. So let me ask you a question. Did you feel when you were growing up that you had that love? I mean, from your dad, or from the things that happen around you? Or did you feel like, yes, he gave you everything you wanted, but you cannot actually say that that love was 100%?
Okay, I would not say I got love, because in my own dictionary and the definition of love, nobody maltreats his own child the way my dad maltreated me. My confidant, my comfort zone was my mother. And that's the more reason why every day of my life I pray to God, because, due to life circumstances, she's still quite a young woman though, but it's just that life challenges and everything has made her look as if she's that old and all that. But that's not what we are talking about here. Now, back to your question. I don't think I got love while growing up from my dad. Yeah. At a point, it got to a time I had to run out of the house. I slept under, because our house back then in Cotonou, look at our house here. There's a block industry where they produce ice block. So there's a trailer that normally exports this ice block that distributes it to people that need it. They parked their vehicle there. Due to how the beating, that very day, what happened? He came back. I don't know what happened. I can't remember the story, what happened. But I just knew that all the cables in the house, the TV cables and everything, landed on my body. He
Oh my
flogged
God.
me to the extent that I had to run out of the house. I slept under under the trailer. And funny enough, the exact place where I slept was, look at the tire here, look at me, where I went and hid myself. You understand? So my mother was looking for me. It was late at night. She didn't know where to actually get me. But I don't know. They say blood is thicker than water. So she found me there, and everybody in the compound, because she raised the alarm that she's looking for her child, this, that. She still had to cover up the husband. She didn't bother telling the compound people what her husband did. She just told everybody that she was looking for her child. So when they finally found me, they were like, why is my body full of bruises and all that? She's now started crying again. So everybody was now like, what if what if this trailer had night delivery to do and something happened to me? That would have been the end of it. So I would not say I got love from my dad, but I got that from my mom. From
Okay.
the days I was born till now, she has been my everything. So in the part of my mother, she was doing her job. She was doing everything a mother could do for a child. But as for the side of my dad, I wasn't getting what I needed. You understand?
Okay. All right. So basically, you had feminine love. It's called feminine love. So you had that warmth, that female relationship. So let's get back to when you started growing up. When was your first time in a man and woman relationship? When did you have the first girlfriend you've ever had that you actually feel like, okay, I've fallen in love with someone? And how did you meet the person?
Okay. Okay. Let me to make it more easier to be understood. I wouldn't want to classify what we did back then in secondary school as love. You understand? As at the time, we all were innocent. We were, how would I put it? We were innocent. We didn't know what we were doing as at the time. Now, I address what I had in the university as my first love because that is where I gave everything. You understand?
Mm.
In the university, I gave, like, if it was possible to put my life on the line
Okay.
for this person.
Mm. Okay, so
So
I don't want you to dive into that because this is where the whole story starts. This is why we are here today. So basically,
okay.
all the other ones was not right. Okay, let me even say something because I know that you said your primary school one's punishment was not really love. Okay, so the university one was what you felt was love. All right, so let me ask you a question. How did you meet this woman? Because she's why we're here. So you can, if you don't want to call her name, that's fine. If you feel like you want to call her name, that's okay. You can call her any name, Squee or whatever. But how did you meet her?
Okay. It was in our first semester 100 level. Sorry, yeah, I met our first semester 100 level, but at the time, we were not that close. We didn't have anything going on. Now, I would want to break this down because I know I am on air, and I don't want it to look as if I am formulating this whole story to favor me, because there's this saying that goes, before you draw a judgment, hear both sides of the story. You understand? So I'm trying to be as transparent as anyone can be, so that wherever this what we are doing here is being taken to, I can boldly hit my hand on my chest and say that yes, I said the truth. Now, as at year one, first semester, funny enough, I knew everything. I'm an old soul. I keep telling people this. Yeah, I'm an old soul. I knew everything I knew way back then at home when I have not gotten admission because my admission was delayed. I didn't get admission on time. So, youthful exuberance, growing up and all that. My friends that were in school telling me a whole lot of things they were doing in the university as at then. So finally, when I got this admission, I just wanted to explore. You understand? So in my 100 level first semester, I met this particular lady, Happiness. She was the first lady that approached me. Was like, "What's up? How are you now?" You know how, yeah, how university folks interact. So one thing led to another. She said she doesn't want serious relationship, but we can just be cool friends. I said, fine and good. It's okay by me, because as at the time, she didn't really fit into the picture of who I can call my girlfriend. So one thing led to another. First semester 100 level, I had my first sex with her. So it started going on. So finally, we went on break. We cut communication and all that. So when I came back to school, second semester, the same 100 level, something was posted on our departmental group chat on WhatsApp. So this very lady that I dated was now asking a question that when was this information broadcasted that she was in class. I now made a comment that all these people that will not come to class, you know, and you'll be in your houses and you want informations to be given to you and all that, she blasted me that do I come to class more than her, this, that, we exchanged words on the group chat that day. So one of my friend had to put fear in her, but do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who he is and all that? So I believe that was what made her. The following day in school, she came to school and I was like, she came and sat down close to me because I usually sit at the back because I'm tall. So some people will be like, you're too tall, sit at the back. So I had to sit at the back. She came and sat close to me. I was like, she wants to sit close to me and have lectures for that day. I was like, why do you want to sit close to me? She said anyway that she wants to apologize for what happened in the group chats last night, that she's sorry. I said, fine and good, forgiven. At the end of the class, she offered to buy me lunch. She got me lunch. That was where the whole interaction started. She got me lunch. From getting of lunch, I collected her number. We started keeping in touch, and that was where everything kick-started.
Okay. Let me get something. So she was in the same department with you, the same
Yeah,
year, the same class.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. So
yeah.
then what happened? Okay. So did you guys officially say, because when I was listening to you and how you guys met and everything, did you guys officially say, I want to go out with you? Did you tell her, okay, can you be my girlfriend? Or you guys were chatting and now becomes friends with benefits?
No, it was official. It was official. I popped the question, I want you to be my girlfriend. Because even before getting into the university, I read books, I watch movies, and I've seen relationships where at the end of the day, the end question is, did you ask me out? You understand? So I popped the question of, be my girl. You understand? So she accepted.
All right. So how did you know you were in love with her? I mean, why do you think this was love? This is the love that you have been waiting for all of your life. Why? How is this particular feeling different from the other feeling? Because there are people here and in my group where they want to understand why you felt like you were in love with this woman.
Okay. Why I felt, yeah, that was love and that was what I was looking for, was because she gave me a comfort zone. She gave me shoulders to lean on. She was more like my confidant. Everything I wanted to do as a then, she was always, looking out for me. There were days, in the university, in my year one days, I wasn't really that popular. Yes, I had a smallish body, but I was tall at a point. But I wasn't really that relevant as at the time. So starting from my 200 level down to the day I graduated, I started gaining this recognition and all that. So there were days I was not in school. She was always looking out for me, writing tests for me, writing attendance for me. So I felt, yeah, this is it. Somebody is looking out for me, aside my mother, aside my friends. You understand? So I felt, yeah, this is it. I feel I've gotten what I'm actually looking for. So that was why I
Okay.
felt, yeah, I won a jackpot.
Okay, so I'm going to go back because most of the people that are listening, they all went to university, even including myself. We know that in Nigerian university, you have a school boyfriend, and then you have your magas outside. Most girls in Nigerian university will have their school boyfriend that they actually might love, but they always have their maga. So how are you sure that she actually loved you? How did you know that she felt the same way that you felt?
Okay. On countless occasions, when I started gaining this recognition in my department, when she sees me with the lady, her body expression, and when we get back home, this whole relationship thing, it grew to an extent that part of my things were in her house. I spent most of the nights in her house. I was always with her. We go to school together, we come back together. Maybe towards that 9, 10, that was when I'll now start heading back to my house. She enjoyed my company, and each time I want to go home, she'd be like, baby, don't go, still stay with me and all that. So, and the trace of any girl close to me, you are calling for trouble, I'll have to apologize and explain that, yeah, nothing is going on between I and this person. So I don't know how else, to know that, yes, this person is really into you, because I'll tell her I love you. She'll tell me I love you too. I don't want to ever get to have anything to do with any other person other than you. I find you as my safe space and all that, because funny enough, I have more like a retentive memory, or maybe because some people feel I've not healed completely, I still can remember most of our text messages in my head. So by the time somebody is, all about you all the time, professing all this love to you, I don't know how else to explain love again, to explain that she was really into me and I was into her as well.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna advise men, because what I try to do when I do my live show is to advise people. I'm gonna advise any lady out there: if you have someone you are dating in school, you need to understand that they have emotion. You also need to understand that sometimes people you cannot play with people's hearts. You understand? Because I was in university, and I went to Abba State University, and I know that most people when I was in university will have their school boyfriend and they'll have the maga. But you are saying that she was actually into you so much that even when you have any other person you're looking at, she will be very jealous. Do you understand? So that means she was actually blocking you away from meeting other people, blocking you away from having any other relationship, while you are not sure that she was actually into it. So how did the cookie start crumbling? What happened? I'm going to leave you to just give us the whole story of what happened in this perfect relationship. Because from what you are saying, both of you were in love, both of you love each other, she was into you. So what happened?
Okay, it's a long ride. Uh, Funny how we live in a generation that talks about love, that feel they want to love, but they don't know what love is all about. That's the generation we find ourselves. You know, now it was all lovey-dovey from the start. We were so much into ourselves. We went for classes together. We did a whole lot of things together. If you listen to me in the space on Twitter, I made a statement that irrespective of what I've been through, I'm not writing of love. And if I eventually find somebody that shares same energy with me, some people see it as, oh, okay, when I made the statement that I'm even going to wash pants, people felt, yeah, this is a simp and all that. But what I meant by that statement was I'm going to go all out. That I have the failed relationship does not mean that there's love, true love doesn't exist. Now, the thing is, from the start, it was all good. Now, where the whole madness started emanating was when I started noticing, in a relationship, I hear people on Twitter and, people in real life say, if you really want your peace of mind, don't go about checking your partner's phone and all that. But I mean, for real, that's not my thing. Everybody has what works for them. At times, these are what we call unconscious action. You don't even know when it's going to happen. You understand? Probably, babe, let me check something on your phone. And if devil or God wants to punish her, the moment you want to check that something on her phone, a message pops out or a text message comes in. You understand? Now, when I started noticing all these things, innocently, ignorantly, babe, let me check something on your phone. Now, I am dating somebody. There is a whole lot of password in her phone. There's no password in my phone as at the time, because as at that time, my password was her name. My display picture on WhatsApp was her picture. My display picture on my phone was her picture and all that. So the handwriting was there that this is who I am down for. You understand? Now, I started noticing the hanky-panky game that was going on with the way she was secretive about her phone, the way she deletes text messages. After reading, she deletes it immediately. She wants to take a call. She steps outside to take a call and all that. And I'll be like, babe, why can't you answer this call here? She'll be like, no, that she just had to shift, say something private and all that. Innocent me, and let me not use that word, stupidly in love. I wasn't stupid. I love genuinely. So I hate to use that statement, stupidly in love. So innocent me, I believed everything hook, line, and sinker. Now, where the whole thing now started coming out was when a guy accosted me that why am I dating his girlfriend, that he thought we were just friends. Because this guy will come to the house. I would also come to the house. We will be introduced as friends. Like, we just came to visit. We are their friends. She and her roommate.
Wait. Was this other person in the same school, or was he one of the magas coming in from, with his cars?
He was in the same school with us. But, this thing, the same way it is abroad, he was working and schooling at the same time. You understand? Okay. So he wasn't stable in school as at the time. He goes for his work, comes back late at night and all that. So it was, I don't know, anytime I come to visit, is also the same time he's coming to visit. So he was introduced as just I was introduced to him as just a friend, and he too was introduced to me as just a friend. So when the guy now finally found out that something was
How
going
did
on
he
between
find
I
out?
and
No,
this.
no, tell us the story. Because two of you are,
Okay.
let me, I don't want to use the word mugu. So you guys will come there, and how can a girl introduce you to another man? This is my friend. If it's me, I would tell him, no, now what am I? I'm your girlfriend, am I not? So the girl says, oh, this is my friend. You guys just say, oh, hi, hi, hi. Did you not go to her and kiss her? Did you not show possession? Do you understand? There's certain things you could have done to show this is my territory. Why
Yeah.
didn't you do that?
Now she is this kind of person, when you're dating somebody, you get to know what they call it, what their love languages are, what they like and what they don't like. Now, each time I visit her house, the normal welcome baby, I'll be hugged, So each time I go to the house, she hugs me, welcome, how was your day? We exchange pleasantries and all that. She will actually have to be at the door. This particular guy is inside. She'll hug me from the door and be like, baby, what's up now? Welcome and all that. So probably she was lying to this guy that this is the normal her, this is the way she plays with, because there was never a time I was there and this guy came. The guy is usually in the house, then me, I will come. You understand?
Oh,
So
oh.
So when this whole thing happened, there was a day I came to the house. I left very late. That day we had an issue. I left very late. So the guy was in the house. So I left very late that day. I went home out of anger and all that. So the guy was like, what's happening? Why is this guy just barging out like that and all that? So the roommate now told the guy that that's her boyfriend. You understand? That this guy that just left is her boyfriend. So the guy, out of anger, started fuming. Why didn't they tell him all this while? This, that, that. She had to tell the guy that I've been disturbing her. Funny enough, this guy now, he wanted my number. They refused giving him my number. It was the day I came to the house. The roommate now sidelined me. I was like, there's something she wants to tell me. I was like, what's that? She told me that this, but I should just, know how I'm going to handle the whole thing.
Wait. So
and
it was
everything.
the roommate that actually gave it away, that told you what was going on.
Yeah, because the roommate and I, although the bond is no longer there because everybody is just trying to figure out their life and everything. But as at the time back then in school, I don't have a female. We are just three guys in my house. So I saw her to be more like a sister to me. The way I chipping in things to her, I'll tell her that, you are my sister in this school. You will not allow anything bad to happen to me. This, that. All those things were just because when I started noticing the secrets and everything, but I just couldn't lay my hands on where the secrets were coming out from and all that. And when my woman now started passwording her phone and everything, it would have looked somehow if I be like, babe, I want to check something in your phone, open your phone and all that. You are now giving her room to believe that you don't trust her. You understand? So I just wanted everything to play out. You understand? I wanted everything to play out by itself. So it was the roommate that opened up to me. I was like, I shouldn't let the roommate know, that I should handle this whole thing maturely and everything. So along the line, I collected the guy's number and called him. I was like, Kingsley, what's up? Where are you? Can we meet up? He said, what's up? Who is this? I said, it's Israel. He said, guy now started ranting on the phone. This, that. I'm dragging his girlfriend with him. This, that. I told him, guy, I'm not dragging your babe with you. Let's see. Come, let's talk. We met in school. I now asked him, when did you know this girl? He said, first semester, 100 level. I said, wow.
Wait. So, all this, this girl also around 100 level. So, are you saying that all this while she's been posting you guys? Thank God, because I'm not sure the thing can cause fraternity war in university. And that's how they hear that there is these people killing each other and it's been caused by a woman. My gender. Hey! No, it's true now, because I know in university there used to be death because of a woman. Do you understand? Because what she did was wrong. Some people are mean. So how did
As
you
at
and
the
this
time,
guy settle it?
he called me. I was matured enough about it. I don't know. While growing up, there's this prayer I normally used to make that my mother will always tell me that I should always pray for wisdom, no matter what it is. I don't know why. At the very early stage, I started praying for wisdom. So most of the times, things that were meant to swallow me up, I just have a way of, boycotting them and avoiding them and all that. So I called him. We met up in school. We talked. I asked him how far. Say woman no suppose make us dey fight and all those things. Remember, our parents sent us to school here to become better people. There's a way I was dropping the statement for him because as at the time, the guy was maybe no, he wasn't a cultist, but he had cultist friends. But and as at that time, I was a nobody. Nobody knew me in school then. I wasn't a cultist. No, nothing. I was just as innocent as anybody could be. So he was like, yeah, and I asked him, he was like, there's nothing boyfriend and girlfriends do that he has not been doing with this girl. So
Hey,
why is he now looking as if, she said the guy, we discussed a whole lot of things, Sha. So I was now like, okay, let's pay this girl a surprise visit to her house. You go first. We'll go together to the compound, but you enter. Me, I would be at the back, you know. So we went to I called her first, babe, are you at home? She said, yes, she's at home. I said, I'm hungry. She said she didn't cook anything, but that she can fix anything for me if I come, something for me if I come. So I said, okay, babe, I'm coming. The guy also called. She said she's not at home, that she's in school doing something. So
fear woman,
finally,
fear woman, fear woman, fear woman.
so finally we got there. The guy entered. While trying to ask her, babe, what's up now? Me, I entered too because I'm a very jealous person. The sight of another person calling my babe his babe, I just had to barge in. That wasn't part of the plan. So I entered as well. So I saw the expression in her body. She was scared, what's happening here and everything. So the guy now started asking her, who is Israel to you? At first, she kept quiet. The guy asked again, who is Israel to you? She was now like, Israel is my boyfriend. Now, and I asked her, now, who is Kingsley to you? She was like, Kingsley is my friend. Me, and I sat down there. I was just looking at the both of them. The guy was
Okay,
saying a
wait.
whole lot of things.
So she chose no wait, Israel. So she said you are the one that is the boyfriend. So is the other
Yeah,
person
yeah,
friends for benefits? Yeah?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
shame no catch am. Una no that's answer that girl na fuck up. I'm sorry to say this, if na my school, that girl na fuck up, they go handle am. So what did you do?
Okay. When the whole drama now started playing out, the guy now started narrating the things he has done, how he will close from work, my woman who sent him to go and buy rice and chicken, knowing fully well that there is nowhere they used to sell rice and chicken on Sunday. Sometimes she will be like, I don't want this rice and chicken to be from all these fancy eatery, that she likes all these mama puts. My guy will go and start looking for rice and chicken from mama put people on a Sunday. It was that crazy, man. So the guy
So she's a player. She is a born player. So when you are listening to this, I hope you are not following how to eat the rice the guy was playing now. Because you are the main boy, so she might be giving some of those things to you.
Sometimes I will come to the house, I will see food. Foodie like me that likes food, I'll collect food and eat without even asking where is this food coming from. There are certain questions that you ask, it will not look as if your girlfriend knows she no get money again to buy her own food. You understand? So I would innocently eat the food without knowing that it's my fellow guy man that will go on a Sunday, because in my house at the time on Sundays, mama put all these local bukas, they don't open. It's only all these fancy eateries, but she will specify that this is what she wants. And my guy, trying to prove he loves this girl, would go out of his way and be looking for mama put food to get for this girl. You get me? So this whole thing to cut, okay, to cut out this scene,
No,
because I keep
let
telling
me cut
people.
it for you. Did you wait, Israel, wait. As a smart guy where you be, okay? Guy we grew up for East. Do you understand? I don't know whether you're a bad boy where you be. Wait till. Did you leave this girl? Because she don't fuck up. She was sleeping with you and this guy. She could have given you any disease. So please
Now
tell me
this
that
is
you left
where
this girl at this point because I want here.
this is where the whole story starts getting interesting, because um yes, I was an ABBA boy, no doubt, but there was no trace of being an ABBA boy in me. I was a lovey-dovey kind of person. You get me? So there was no trace of the ABBA hood in me. When this whole thing happened, the guy now started raining insults on my girl that she's a prostitute, she's a this, she's a that. Me, normally, na me dey offend. And I had to start calming the guy down. Guy, is okay. Let's go. It's okay. Let's go. So when we left that place, my girlfriend was calling me on the phone that I should come back, that she can explain everything. So I didn't want to pick the call in the presence of this guy Kingsley, because the guy was like, if he ever hears I went back to that girl, that I should cut communication with him, that I would be a mugu, this, that. The guy said a whole lot of things to me as at the time we left that place. So
Did
when
you
I
let
got
her
home,
become a mugu?
I became a mugu. Yeah, I became a mugu because when I got home, I narrated everything that happened that day to my roommate, because he was at home before me. So and my roommate was a way older than me. Yeah, he was older than me, so he understood these things more than I did. So I narrated everything to me. I came back home, I was crying. Look at what happened. This happened. My guy was like, "It's okay. Go and cook indomie. Let's eat." I went inside because he liked the way I prepare my noodles. He went inside to prepare indomie. Okay, I was the one that was cooking the indomie. This thing was around 10 to 11 in the night, PM. I was cooking this indomie. My phone was ringing. It was she that was calling. I didn't take the call. She finally called my roommate that she's going to do something drastic if I don't come back. My roommate was like, "Don't do anything drastic. You will see him tomorrow. Just relax." I brought out the food. We cooked 3 hungry man indomie that night. I didn't eat up to 5 spoons. I just told my roommate, "Let me hang my clothes." In the night too, and that was rainy season. Normally, it could have rained that night, or something would have happened to the clothes, because they were stealing clothes in my compound as at then. I just told my roommate that I want to go and hang my clothes outside. I want breeze to touch it. That was me sneaking out my clothes, because my roommate was more like an elder brother to me, shielding me in school then. I took that clothes, kept it outside, came back and ate another 5 spoons. I told him that heat is doing me. I want to go and sit down outside. He said it's normal. I said, "Then break my heart. So it's normal for me to be feeling all this way." Immediately I went outside. I took my phone. I zoomed off back to her this thing. And as I was going out that night around 11,
Oh my God. Oh, Father Lord. So you went back to this girl that night on top of rain. Ha!
rain didn't
This
fall. Rain didn't
girls.
fall.
All right. So when you got Israel, in fact, no. About people, we need to come and talk to you. So this girl, you went back to her that night. Why didn't you wait till the next morning?
Well, a whole lot of us can do crazy things. I never knew that part of me existed. The whole love story was like I said, everything about my growing up has been a bittersweet one. Like I said, from the beginning, it was all lovey-dovey and all that, not knowing that at the end of the day, it was going to turn sour. And that's the reason why most times I try to put some form of limitations in what I do, because I took after my mom and I feel it's not good. Sometimes I'll just be like, hi, I wish I can just be like my dad, to be a harsh
No, no,
person,
no,
to
no.
be a
Sorry, I'm
mean
gonna
person.
cut you off there. Please, I'm gonna cut you off there. Let me tell you something. To love is good, but to love the wrong person doesn't make you a bad person. I can, if I tell you my own story of what happened to me in university, you will cry for me. My own is that the guy go kukuma come they sleep with the person where they inside my room. I don't even know. I won't talk about my university days because people don't know what I passed through. But the point is that you loved and it was okay. But what we're doing this is for people to know, because there might be someone out there who is passing through the same thing as you. And the person might feel suicidal or might feel as if maybe they're calling them names. For them to learn that people do love and they sacrifice, they understand, and it is still okay. It doesn't stop you from being a good person. Your mom gave you genuine love. You don't have to be like your dad, but prefer love. Do you understand? So that's why I have to cut you there. So the question now is, you took her back, didn't you? So did she
Of
now
course I
become
did.
the right person? Did she become a good person? So what happened?
Matters grew worse. Matters grew worse from that day. I went back. She started crying, apologized to me that she didn't know what come over her. Now, to make this whole thing interesting, like I keep saying, if I get a producer, a movie director that will listen to this my story and let's shoot it as a movie, I would so much appreciate that, because it's stupid. The things I did is very, very stupid. And in one way or the other, just like we're trying to create this awareness out there now, a whole lot of people are going to learn from it, just like you said. I trekked. I trekked. Where I was staying in school then was off campus, very far from school. Now, this lady in question was staying close to our school as at the time. Now, I had to trek. As at 10, 11, where are you expecting to find bike or whatever? I had to trek down to her lodge. Not minding there was a court clash as at the time, not minding vigilante people and all those. Even I already became a night worker to the extent that vigilantes already knew me and everything, because I go for parties, I go for birthday, all these things. So they know that yes, this guy will definitely come back late at night. I know that. I went to her lodge as at that. I trekked down to her lodge. She pleaded with me and everything. She said I should go and bath, that my leg is dusty. I went inside, took my bath. She prepared noodles for me. I ate. We
And you
slept.
guys
She
had, and you guys,
apologized.
no, you did not sleep. You cannot tell us you slept. We know what must
No,
have happened. Make us
we
sex.
didn't
No,
do
no, no.
anything.
Forget.
Okay,
Israel, make you not give us
that
that
is
story.
where. No, 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 wait. No, I tell you that for you to appreciate what I'm saying. If you listen to what I said on Twitter space, I told you for 3 years in that relationship, we didn't have sex. I told
Jesus.
you
Wait,
that.
wait. Are you BLW? Because I know who did that. You guys are born again. There's all this castle, BLW, and what other one? I know this thing.
I
So
wasn't
3 years
I wasn't
without sex,
even
and you are dating a
I
girl.
wasn't
Where did
I
they
wasn't
born you from?
even
Which part of the world did you come from?
sometimes I ask myself that question too, because when I say I am down for somebody, I try to compromise. Whatever your terms are, I try to compromise. I try to fit in. You get me? Now,
Oh my God, I can't get him. I hope he's hello. Oh dear. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened. He's gone off. Hopefully he will come back. I hope it's not his data. I was very mindful of the data. Israel, please, if you can hear us, please come back. Come back, please. If you need us to send you data, let's please send you data now. Please come back. I'm going to kick him out and then maybe he will come back again. Guys, if we need to finish this story, but you know what? Let me tell you, his story is just like there's so many people with similar stories. Okay, so some of us are in university and we're passing the same kind of story. You are in love with someone who is not reciprocating that love. This woman, as you can see, they dated for 3 years. Auntie tell am say in no go do, but she was actually sleeping with other people. Do you understand? This story never ends because when I told you guys that when I had his story on Twitter, I had to ask him to please come so that we can learn. Do you understand? So Martha said, Konji, they worry her now. No, 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 the story too long because um let's I don't want to call because somebody wrote something and said Mugu. No, he's not Mugu. This guy purely loved this woman. This guy actually, I think he wanted to have her and maybe grew up with her, maybe because of his background. So it was pure love. But you know what? Some of we women, we abuse that love. We actually make those film, especially when we're in university. Do you understand? We actually make these guys feel as if they are not worth anything, and we forget the mark that we are leaving on these people. All right, thank God Israel has come back. Oh, hi Israel. Oh, thank you so much. I was like, you're not gonna come back. So let's say something. I want us to go back to after all this, when you took her back. Do you understand? Because I was telling people about the fact that even though you are not sleeping with her, but from what you have found out, she was giving it to other people. Do you understand? The other guy. So you were being a good person and everything. So after all this, did you guys, continue going out? Did it become better or did it become worse? Please help tell us.
That's what I was saying before my network interrupted. Things grew worse, things grew worse, but I was having this part of me that she was going to be a better person along the line. She was going to change for good and all that, but my thoughts were wrong. Instead of things to get better, I forgave on many occasions, countless scenarios, so many things that happened, you know, and I was holding on to this whole thing the same way my mom was holding on to her marriage, thinking that at the end of the day, my dad is going to be a better person. That was the same way I was holding on to this whole relationship thing. So we slept that night. Why I say we, because I would not say hand job or kissing. You kiss me to the extent I release, I come and all that. I would not call that sex because that was the height of it in my relationship then. I just had to be this transparent to for you to know that some women or some ladies can be very heartless. Now, for 3 good years, I was willing to, fine, since this is not what you want. And funny enough, for the countless times I tried making advances, showing advances, would try to do this thing. She'll scream, it's paining her, it's doing this.
Wait. So wait, you tried to make love to her and she'll start shouting, it is paining her. Was she
Yeah,
a virgin? Was she, why? I don't understand.
it was when I started because they say the things you go through can turn you to either be an angel or to be a demon. Now, when I chose the flirtatious side of me to be humanizing and everything, that was when I had to find out that there is this thing they used to rub or whatever, because I can't tell. Each time I tried to put, as at that time I was a novice, I didn't really know much about the whole thing. The first ever sex I had was the one I did in my 100 level. And this girl single-handedly did, she handled me. She knew that it was my first time, and everything. Somebody I had sex with now, and I was not like, so you're going to get pregnant, because I didn't do it with condom. I released inside her. And I started asking her that question: are you going to get pregnant? I was scared. Something I went to school the following day, due to how smallish I was, I used to sit down at the back with all the big boys. So out of excitement, I had to start narrating to my friends, say me, I had sex yesterday night. Everybody, it was more like, welcoming me to the university. They were shaking me. We will take you to the booker. We'll buy you food today.
So
Everybody was happy
basically,
for me.
so basically, you were a novice in that department, and the
Yeah,
girl
I was a novice in
Kukuma
that
used your
department.
head. Do you understand? So did you
Yeah.
ever? So I mean, that was you met her in when you were year two, year three. Did you guys continue going out to your final year and you did not have anything? And were you still
This
going out with her?
I graduated 2018. This relationship ended 2017. Now, count down from second semester 100 level to second semester 300 level. When this whole drama started, I think it was in our 200 level. Well, that was when I can't remember the particular semester, but that was when this whole drama started popping out. So that was when, I said you I endured a whole lot of
So
things just to make
you
it.
did not do for
There was
two.
no do. It was just normal kissing. We sleep together. We how
This
do I
girl,
even? There was even a
this
girl I
girl.
went to. This girl, man, she did a whole lot of things. To cut the whole long story short,
So at the end of the relationship, nothing happened. Not no penetration between you and this girl.
no penetration.
Jesus Christ, and you were the boyfriend, and she
I
was
was the
busy.
supposed boyfriend.
Okay, so now how did you finally, because Igbo people will say this one na juju, do you understand? How did you finally come out of the shackles of this blind love? And listen, I have some members. Martha is a very pretty girl, and I also have some people that are saying, nah, this love, they like your type. So we can get you connected to find your sha. Anyway, how did you finally let go of this relationship?
Well, when I love 100%. And like I said, we live in a society where people profess love, but they don't know what love is all about. Love is give and take. You understand? When the Bible made us understand something, that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. In how will I put it? The word gave there, it was a given, it was out of love, the love he had for us, that was why he gave. You understand? So, but we live in a society where we are being mixed with selfish people. We are being mixed with wicked people, people that will turn you into a being that you are not. You get me? So how I finally got out of this whole thing was when she was the one that called the shot. She said she's done. She doesn't want the relationship anymore. And that was a very devastating time of my life.
Jesus.
I I promised my mother, that my auntie and the husband, because these were the people that raised me, they took me in as their own. They promised me that whatever it is that a father and a mother would do for their child to be a graduate in school, that they were going to do it for me. And they kept to that promise. They kept to that promise. So I promised them first class. I was that brilliant. You understand? I was that brilliant. I promised them first class. So and my uncle told me anything less than first class should be a 2-1. But as at 300 level first semester, I was in 3.11. You schooled this side now, so you know what that means. For me to ascend to 2-1 was quite difficult. Now, it was out of the relationship I had with most of my lecturers. That was how I finally graduated with 4.11,
Okay.
that which happens to be a 2-1.
2-1,
Now,
yeah.
when all these things were going on, I have this part of me that I can survive anything. If I survived my dad, I don't think there's any other thing I cannot survive in this life. You understand? I will go back home on holidays, act like everything is okay, but deep down, I was dying. This girl, I had this bond with her that when she told me it was over, I felt like my breath was leaving me. And she left me on the grounds that I was too soft, that I'm not man enough for her, that
Jesus.
that she needs a man that will tell her to stay here and she will stay there. That I'm too soft, that I'm too good for her, that I should look for another person.
Okay, so
Now,
basically,
there's
what
this,
she's saying, what she's saying is that you love her too much that she wants a man that can slap her and beat her and humiliate her.
now I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, that was the statement she used, that she can't cope anymore with the whole thing. Now, mind you, when you are in a relationship and you love somebody wholeheartedly, there are so many things you can do. You can do and undo. You understand? Now, I started becoming an FBI. I didn't even know that I had the ability to spy somebody, to
Investigate.
investigate somebody, and all those things. I didn't know that I had all these talents in me, not until this whole relationship thing happened. Now, believe you me, relationships can make you become a better version of yourself. Nothing in me, 217. Now 1 year remain, now make I graduate now. That was when I joined cultism, because she said I wasn't a strong person. I had
God
to join
bless
cult to be
you.
strong.
Oh God.
I had to join cultism to be strong. I started smoking, everything I knew that guys do to prove that they are strong. I started doing all these things. I would deliberately ask a girl out after 2, 3 days. When I know I've already gotten the sex, I'll dump her and all those things. So it was actually last year, yeah, 2021. A part of me, just signaled me that Israel, you're not getting any younger. You can't keep on doing this thing. And my mother used to always tell me one thing, that her prayers for me is that I make money on time and settle down, that she doesn't even want me to stay till 30 before I get married. Now, seeing how sweet marriages can be, because I lived under my auntie's roof with her husband, these people will quarrel, will have a little misunderstanding in the night, and they can never go to bed without resolving that misunderstanding. Because look at my room, look at my auntie's room and her husband. I'll be in my room and I'll hear my uncle apologizing, sorry for the way I shouted at you and all that. My auntie also, because my auntie is a hot-tempered person, my auntie also be apologizing. They will never sleep. So I have been in an environment where love conquers everything. You get me? Now, I literally wanted to do everything that was doable to prove that I'm not a soft person. I'm a strong guy. Now, if you listen to me in the Twitter space when I was saying that, and I said something that, what if I was
You have
killed?
been killed.
Because funny enough,
That's what I'm saying.
I joined.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. Do you know what? Yeah, women can put a man into a lot of mess, and I keep saying it, and I keep saying it. Look, she wanted you to be a hard man. Now you got into courtesan. Final year courtesan that they, when you start from maybe year one, people, by your third year, you're already a lord. So you allow others to be your hitman. But when you enter it in your final year, is it in final year you become the people, the area boy? Because you must start from being an area boy now. How how court is. So final year
Mhm.
is when you are even gambling into it, when you're supposed to be at that time the barber, the ones controlling, and a woman pushed you into it. I mean, the prayer that your mom has made on your head, that prayer is very, very, very strong. And where is she now? So when she left you, I hope she left finally. She did not come back. Nothing happened again. No communication. Or because I heard you on Twitter space, so because that's what I was. It was like, no, I have to call this guy. So when she left you in your third year, did you guys stop talking? Was that the last communication?
That
What then
was why I
happened?
said. That was why I said that was a very difficult phase of my life. That was a very difficult moment of my life. Remember, I said this girl was in my department. We go for classes together. We do virtually everything together. Now, the route where I need to take to go to school, I have to pass her lodge before I get to school. So it was very difficult. You understand? Even when I even joined the cultism, a part of me was still telling me that this is not you, this is not you, this is not what I want. Now I joined cultism. The first position they know they'll have to give me is
I know,
intel. All these people that used to
I
do all
know.
this spy work.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these spy people, they kill them easily because they are always on the road. They are always at the forefront and all these things. So, but I don't just know. My mother will always tell me that there is this grace, because funny enough, till today, probably unless somebody has to show her this video or whatever, nobody in my family would ever, they can swear on their life that their son did not do any form of cultism and all that. Because a point came, I went back home one time, I was about going back to school. They started, my uncle took me, my uncle and the wife with my mother, they said we need to go for prayers before I go back to school. I said fine and good. So we went for that prayer. The woman started seeing a whole lot of visions, that she's seen in a vision where I was killed by
Wow.
a cult group. That am I a cultist? Therefore, I had to lie in the presence of God, because I did not know how my people would have taken the news if I had admitted that I was a cultist.
Wow.
Can you just hold on? Let me on the generator back, please.
Oh, no problem. Wow.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Women. Maybe they take small. They cause wahala. To be frank with you, um, this guy, he should be very happy and very thankful to God that he got his life was spared, all because of love. All because of love. Well, he hasn't. I just wanted him to come back and tell us what finally happened between him. Because if he comes back and tell us that he's still in touch with this lady, then Martha, your submission about him will be okay. I hope he let go of this lady when he left university. I hope they are not in any communication. And to be frank with you, I wish he could give us the girl's number so I can call her and find out what was her problem. A very handsome, this guy handsome. Oh, wait, let me show you. The guy handsome, a very handsome guy like this. Eh? See him face. Guy handsome. He's hustling. You see him like this, and you are telling me, now wow. Women, what are we looking for? Anyway, before he comes back, I'm going to show you guys. He's very vocal on Twitter. So please join his Twitter handle. He's always on Twitter. He's very vocal. Please, 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 anytime you watch this video, if you want to get in contact with him, if you want to slide, I don't know what you guys call it now, into his DM, this is his Twitter handle. Please, please, please go and follow him. I know you guys don't disappoint me now. I know you guys know how to help me. So please slide into his DM, talk to him, be friends to him or with him. He has an Instagram page. Please follow him. We need to make that, followers. Let's make it increase, okay? Now he also have a YouTube. I tried to Google his YouTube. There was a lot of limelight. I was seeing a lot of Cardi B. I didn't see his own. So I'm going to ask him after this live show if he can, put his YouTube video in one of the comment sections so that people can actually join him. Please, let's support him. Let's follow him. And also, if you are out there, you have any job opportunity. I know some of my friends, you guys are bankers. Some of you have company. Some of you, you have something doing. He needs our help, please. If you have anything you want him to do, he's willing to work. This guy has 2-1. He has 2-1. If there is any job application that is going on, please help him. And when I was speaking to him earlier, he was talking about the fact that, I think he studied library science, yeah? And he was talking about the fact that most people that did that, they don't get job in Nigeria. And I was telling him, you know what, me, I studied English language. To be frank with you, I didn't even know. Apart from being an author, you guys know I've written a book. I didn't know what I was going to be in life. But I worked in a bank for like 12 years before I left Nigeria. So it's all about your determination. It's all about you seeing yourself and knowing what you can do. I read GMAT. Come on, you see GMAT. I read GMAT. I read it. I said I must enter banking. So know that you can be anything you want to be. Okay, he's back. Oh, hi. So sorry, I was just talking about you to people. So let's just find out what finally happened between you and this girl. Are you guys in contact? Do you guys go your separate way? After, I know that it must have been a challenging time being in the same class with her. So after she left you, did you stop talking to her? Did you finally let her go? And then what later happened? Are you still talking to her? Because that's the one I want to know. So if you can help us, tell us what happened after you guys,
Okay, I'm no longer in talking terms with her because as at that 2017, God being so faithful and kind, I didn't, I wasn't killed. And okay, I stopped somewhere. So when the woman of God said, "Are you a cultist?" I said, "No, I'm not a cultist," because I couldn't admit that. So my parents sowed the seed of my uncle and the wife sowed the seed of 50,000 naira for my sake, that for God to protect me and all those things. You know how those things work now. So at the end of the day, I went back to school. And funny enough, as at the time I went back to school, the very court I joined and another court was having a clash. So
oh,
I was coming back from school one time. The person that was meant to shoot me was already looking at me. So it
wow,
was it was my friend. He's from Nkporo in Abia State, while I'm from Abriba. And you know, Nkporo, Ohofia, and Abriba, they share same.
yeah,
We are under the same local
boundary.
government. And this guy was my senior colleague in the same department. So the guy called me on phone. I was like, Israel, why? Of all courts to join, why? Say now where you won't finish school, why you go join courtism? Why?
Wow.
So I was now like, when we see, because this guy had already graduated, I told him when we see, we will talk about this. So he said, okay, but that I should leave the environment where I am as at that time.
Oh
That
God,
danger
God
is
sends
coming.
his. Oh God,
That
God, God,
I should
God works in mysterious way. Oh my
that
God,
I
you're
should leave the
how
place I
Jesus.
am at the time, that I should leave there. So he said I should turn to my left. Yeah, it was to my left. I turned to my left. I saw the guy. The guy just, it was even more like a conference call. The guy was on an earpiece. He was hearing what this my guy was telling me. He now raised a part of his cloth and showed me the gun and now signaled me to walk fast and go. So I left there.
Jesus.
That was a very terrifying moment in my life. I was not like, so this is how I was going to die and all those things. And you know, this kind of testimony is something you need to share with your parents. But how are you now going to
Yeah.
start sharing it with them, knowing fully where you're a part of the people that they are killing?
But you will share.
So,
But you will share. No, no, no. Let me tell you something. Testimonies are there for a reason. You will share because you know what? Yeah, when you settle, because you will make money, Israel, you will make money. You have God has shown you favor. It's not look, it takes uncommon people for God to show this kind of uncommon favor. And I'm going to tell you that when there is something about your life, God sends people your way. Not everybody where then they tell. Even your own brother wey dey opposite court fit kill you, shey you know that we all know what happens, do you understand? For
yeah.
that guy to have had the heart to tell you, it's not just because of anything. There is something about you, and always remind God of that. God, you set me free for a reason. God, you did not kill me for a reason. I must fulfill my destiny. Do you understand? And you will talk about this. So it's something that for some people are making joke about it, and they're saying no fine, but it's not about. His story tells us that a woman can kill you, a woman can drag you to your death. As a man out there, when do you actually give up and say, you know what, this relationship is not going to work, it's not getting me there, I'm going? Even as a woman, when do we let go? So after this thing, when you saw the girl again, how did you feel? Did you ever talk to her again? Because I felt like if it's me, I will feel holy anger. I will hate her so much. So did you ever in your life ever talk to this girl again?
Okay. Talking about anger, the hatred was there. But while in school, a pastor friend that happens to be a friend to my dad once called me one time that I should learn how to forgive. That one of my biggest problems in life is that I don't forgive. And when he was saying that thing, he was making reference to my dad. And he was like, I should have a place in my heart to forgive my dad. That once I am able to forgive my dad, that doors will open for me. Unimaginable doors that I don't believe will open. That probably is going to take time, but I should find a place in my heart to forgive my dad. So forgiving this, if I could forgive a man that gave birth to me, that maltreated to me, forgiving her was a very simple thing for me to do. Yeah. So I forgave her. I gave grounds for, to let her know that, yeah, what has happened, but we can still be friends and all that. That's how good I am. But that friends, I was dining with a very long spoon. You understand? I wasn't giving that room for. There was this wedding that we were even meant to attend. Cause a departmental person, one of our senior colleagues had a wedding. They invited me. Now, part of the reasons why I did not go was one, it's going to be a show off who has made it and who has not made it, and it's also
Mm-hmm.
going to be an avenue to spite those that has not made it and all those things. So in as much as I'm not trying to use my time, my own God's given calendar for me to check other people's time, but I shall know myself. Little things get to me. So I said there was no need for me going. Primarily, why I did not also go was because I knew she was going to be in attendance. So there's no way me and her being in contact that feeling is not going to come back or
So
whatsoever, no matter what.
wait,
Because
can I ask a question?
this thing was okay.
So are you saying, because what I'm getting from you, because me, if I hate you, I hate you, I no care. If I no love you, I no love you, I no care. Are you saying that? Let me ask you a question. So after you finish university, be truthful us. Have you and this girl had any contact since? Have you called her? Has she called you? Have you guys spoken to each other?
Yeah, she called me when I was while I was serving, because when I came to Benue State to serve, I lost my phone. So I wasn't active on the departmental group chat. Everybody was worried, knowing fully well I was a public figure back then in school. So everybody was worried. Benue State, you sure say they never kill our guy, this, that. So finally, when I got the phone back and came back online, the jubilation, their friend is back and all those things. So she reached out. I was like, what's up now? Say this one why I just go smooth. I said, well, I'm fine, nothing serious going on. And she now asked me, okay, after service, what are you going to what are you going to do after this service here? I told her, well, I don't know for now. I leave everything in God's hands and everything. So the last time we talked, that led to me, blocking out, blocking her body, spirit, and soul from her life was the one that happened early this year. I was on a call with a conference call, to exchange pleasantries with my friends, because majority of them are outside Nigeria, some of them are working, and also we're just trying to reconnect. For those of us that are not yet working, we're just trying to make our face strong. Everything's going to be fine. You know how it is now. So while exchanging the pleasantry, they were like, "Have you really forgiven Precious?" I said, "I've forgiven her now." So they were now like, "Okay, I should call her." Since I told another person, "Don't you have her number?" He said, "No, that I should call her." Innocently, I had to call. I had to call. When I called, they now started asking. They were now like, she was now like, okay, what even happened? She was now like, they heard my own part of the story. What led to the breakup? Nobody bothered to hear her own part of the story. That I had
Wait. So
formulated things.
she still get mouth. Make we go call am. So she still get mouth. They talk. Please, Israel.
So
People are asking for her. Please, let her send us. She wants to hear. We want us to hear her own part of the. Because maybe you are lying. Maybe she wants people to hear her own part of the story. But the point is,
so
why would people push you? Why would people push you to even call her? I mean, why are Nigerians like this way? You've moved on. You moved on. Why say forgiving Precious? So continue.
So they were not like I should call her. I had to call her. When I called her, she picked. I was even the first person that threw the question, "How are you now? Happy New Year. How have you been?" So for it not to look as if we are having any form of issue or whatsoever, I had to, be the first person to shoot the question. So my guy, one of my guys that is a businessman, I was not like, "Baby, let me ask you, what really happened?" Aproko started. I wanted to end the call at first because I knew that it wasn't going to end well. And my roommate was not in that conversation. It was at the end of the whole thing when she now reiterated that statement that I was too soft. And one other statement, I can't remember it vividly, but she made a statement that got to me. And that day, I was so down. And I had to call my roommate. My roommate was like, if something that happened 4 years, sorry, okay, a relationship that ended 5 years ago, that's 2017,
Yeah.
is still getting to me at this point, then something needs to be done. I should block everything that resembles this girl from my life, that I'm beginning to lose my sanity. If after 5 years, a mere statement still gets to me that I should block this girl. So my roommate even had to call her and started shouting at her, how this guy is. Why would you say so and so thing to him? This, that, this, that. So it resulted to a whole lot of something that had already died down simply because I was feeling bad about it. And I had to confide in my roommate. My roommate, trying to fight for me and defend me, had to confront her. Why would you say such a thing to my guy? This, that. So she was all defensive and all that. My roommate just called me. I was like, if it is him, that he knows that he would delete her number, block every form of communication with her and everything. So when we've ended that call, the best thing, and I think that's the only way I was able to gain my sanity back. I blocked her on WhatsApp. I blocked her on Instagram. I don't even have a Facebook account, so I would have blocked her there too. I blocked her from reaching me because she has virtually all my lines. I blocked her from reaching me every form of every place I know that yes, we were communicating. And
Communicating.
funny enough to show you how good I was, even when this relationship ended, as at 2021, yeah, that was when she was now fully into the sewing thing. She was done learning and everything. I was the person that was promoting her business for her. I was talking to most of our customers. Some of them will inbox me. Do you know anybody that can sew for me? I'll tell them, meet her. Do you know anybody that can do this for me? I'll tell them, meet her. She sews and all those things. I even went and was posting her this thing. Most of the groups I was on WhatsApp then, I'll tell them that, this is my friend, though, she's a teller, patronize her. Most of her samples that she sent to me on my WhatsApp then, I will be, helping generating the awareness so that her business page on Instagram can grow and everything. So at the end of the day, what did I get back in return? Even when the relationship had ended, I was still trying to be good to this particular person. And what did I get back in return? So I just had to cut every form of communication with this very
Can I
lady
ask you a
because
question? Because it's not, I mean, psychology. I have a little bit background of psychology, and um, I know that there's something we call denial of facts. Yeah, I'm going to ask you this straightforward question, and it's a question that you need to ask yourself, because until you have addressed that particular reality, you will think you have moved on. You haven't moved on. Do you understand? Do you still love her?
no, I don't. No, I
No, you
don't.
don't.
With all honesty in me, I don't.
Okay. So if you see her now and she wants you to take her back, you will not take her back.
Never, never, because I know it's going to be just like the movie Living in Bondage. I know it's going to be another bondage for me. So never.
Okay. Another thing I want to ask, do you have another, since all this while, have you had a steady relationship? Have you had any other? Because you need to replace that. There's, whether you like it or not, what I can hear is the vacuum. Do you understand? She's really hurt you. I mean, somebody else could say that this is, if it's in this part of the world, they will even take their life over all this. Do you understand? She really hurt you. Admit the fact that this girl hurt you. What she did was wrong. And not only that, people knew what she did. If it had been private, but this, I know how it is in university. We talk about, people that win award, lovers, people are, long, all people in the class will know those who are going out. So you guys were known, you guys were popular, and people also know that she played you. So whether you like it or not, psychologically it's there. My another question is, have you been able to move on to another relationship since her?
Now, I've not been able to move into another relationship with her because
With
a whole lot
another
of
girl, not
factors.
with her, with any other person. Have you had
Yeah, with
any
any
other
other.
relationship?
No, I haven't. I haven't, and I have my reasons why I haven't. It's not like as if I don't want to, but at this stage of my life now, you would agree with me that relationship entails a lot. Now, you need the side of financial stability, yes, is primary. uh I have moved on from this lady. That's just the truth. But people find it very difficult to agree with me that I have moved on. She is not the reason why I have not entered into another relationship. Now, the reason why I have not entered into another relationship is I feel I rushed that one. I'm taking my time. When I see what I want, I would know it. I want something that is going to grow from friendship and metamorphose into, because from my years of research and everything, I know so well that relationships that start from, we are just friends and it metamorphoses. And probably by the time people now start saying, okay, we are dating, people will define it that we are now into relationship. But this very one that just ended now, it just happened. All be from, abusing me in the group chat. From there, she came, she
It
wants to
did
buy
not,
me
sorry,
lunch.
it did not end now. This is 5 years, oh.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
when
saying.
it is five, look, I'm going to tell you, 5 years is too long. And I'm going to say it again. There is nothing wrong with your status. I met my husband. He was in school. He did not have kobo. I did not have kobo. I came to this UK. The only money I had, when I talk about my story, was 750 pounds. I came here. I paid my school fees and I drove and I came back and I came. I did not have money. When I met my husband, he was living in one bed apartment. He did not have kobo. A woman that will love you. It's not about money. Do you understand?
Yeah,
A woman
yeah.
that will
That's
love
why
you, a woman that
if
will
you
love
listen to
you.
my story,
Mm,
if you listen to my story, there's a place I said it turned me into who I am not. Now, a relationship that ended 2017, I told you I started womanizing as a then. Now, from that 2017, that's why I told you it was late last year that I called myself to order. Israel, you're not getting any
Okay.
younger. In 1 year
Okay.
time, you'll be clocking 30. In as much as you don't have a whole lot of things going on with you at the moment, but you need to seek for stability in every area of your life and all those things. You need to embrace God. You can't just do this life on your own and all those things. By the time I started having these meetings with myself, that was when, now believe you me, from that 2017 till that 20 October, November, December 2021, I was just living my life onto let's vibe, let's catch cruise. I don't want any form of intimacy with anybody. That was what I was doing. So for that period of 5 years, was I having sex? Yes. Was I in a relationship? No. And funny enough, I would not say it is God. Devil had the way of bringing in people that shared same goal with me. They just want to, let's get
Have
down and
fun.
let everybody begin to, yeah, let's just have fun and let everybody go their way. You understand? Now, when I now realize that I need to focus, I need to, because as the day goes by, we get closer to our graves and all those things. So I cannot continue in this pattern. I cannot continue in this manner. That was when I now, told myself that that is that for me. I had to stop. So right now, I am looking out for the as it stands now, since January this year, the same way I'm looking for job, that's the same way I'm looking for this love. And if I find it, I'll be very, very happy. Because I believe
Okay.
one thing that they say, what the Bible says, he that finds a woman findeth a good thing. I believe women have this particular part of them. I have seen my mother and my auntie manifest these things. My mother manifested it in my life because I believe it was her prayers that was shielding me. My auntie, on the other hand, whatever the husband is today is as a result of her. So I believe it that women, there's this part of them, there's this grace they carry. And when they love you wholeheartedly, believe you me, things would work out well for you as a man. So I'm
Amen.
open to the relationship.
Okay. Thank you so much for saying that, because um I know that women open door for people, especially if you have a good woman. Do you understand? A woman will help you even, and at this particular point, there's a job somewhere. They will tell you. A woman that loves you will want you, because what she's from, what, after listening to you, and I'm going to talk to anybody out there who actually will watch this video. And when you listen to Israel, you will see that he's someone that is pure in heart. He's someone that actually wants a relationship. Not all this hit boy. This is a guy that actually wants a relationship. He doesn't want any woman to pass through what his mom passed through, because he was very close to his mom. What he actually wants is love. And I get the fact that when we're in university, we don't even know what we want. We see some guys and we call them soft. I get what the girl was talking about, but sometimes we miss those beautiful hearts, pure hearts, because we are looking for the hard man. When we now meet the hard man, they start beating us and start cheating on us and start rubbishing us, and then we now start hoping that we married that soft man, and then we now regret it. And I'm going to say something. If you're not on my group, we have a group called Life Issues Magazine. A lot of girls there. Matter, I will still be advertising you and Ndubisi Sarah. Uh, some of them, some other people I know, they are already gotten, being in that group. They've gotten hinged. They've gotten a relationship, but there are good girls out there, and keep on searching, keep on being the best person you are. And I'm going to pray that you get a good job, because something about Nigerian society, they do not value a man like you. If you are in the UK, hey, you are the kind of thing any white woman wants, because you have a pure heart. Do you understand? And you know that you want to treat a woman right. So I think it's all about the society that you live in. Women are always looking for money, 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 not love. Do you understand? But you have a good heart and you're a good person. I don't know if anybody have anything to ask him or anything to say. I think Israel has given us this story and he has poured this out there. Now I'm going to ask you on because I like looking at reflection. If you reflect back, what could you have changed? What could you have done differently? Is there any lesson you want any young boy out there to learn from your journey?
Now, what I want people to learn from my journey, there's what we call deal breaker. Now, what are your deal breakers? Personally, for me, I can't deal with lies. I can't deal with a cheating partner. Now, looking back to all these years, I just wish that very day I walked out of the house when I and Kingsley accosted her, I just wish that was the end of it. You understand? That was, if I could reverse back the hands of time, I wish that's just one thing I did right. You understand? Because I had a roommate as at when we were in school, he was already 30 something. I can't remember the age actually, but he was way older than me. But he kept on talking to me, and I just didn't want to listen. I wanted to try this thing out for myself, you know, to see this whole love, whatever, for myself. So to cut it all short, if I had, if I look back to 4 years, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I just wish, when I noticed the cheating part of her, I would have walked away. You understand? That's just one thing I wish I could change. And right now, the deal breaker for me, because just like you said, I'm soft. I keep on admitting it. I am soft. Things get to me. I even my woman now hiding things from me, like when I start being like, what's happening? And all those things. I am a free spirited kind of person. I'm hopeless romantic when I love somebody. I go out of my way to do. Now, believe you me, back then, my auntie would give me, there was this lecturer friend of mine, a lady, she was from my village as well. She was looking out for me too. So I told my auntie that, look at this lady, she's from my village. My auntie was just doing everything possible to ensure that 4 years is 4 years. Anything for me to graduate, 4 years, let her just be doing it. So she will give me wrappers, Hollandis, all these expensive, as at 2016, a Hollandis that was sold for 17,000 naira. My mother will give it to me. She'll give me flax. She'll ask me if the woman is married. I'll say yes, she's married. She'll give me flax. All these kind of shoes, casual shoes, lecturers wear to classes and all these things. She'll give me. So what I normally used to do is when I get to school, before I give the ones I had already prepared in my mind, say I know they give this lecturer this one is for my girlfriend. I would go to the woman first, carry that the flax, all those things I know that my girlfriend will not be needing. I'll take it to the woman. So when I'll call my mother on phone for the woman to say thank you, I'll just be gauging the conversation to know whether the woman would mention the things or whether my mom will ask her, did you receive that? Once I see that my mother did not ask, once I go back home the next day, that wrapper, that kwekwe shoe, that flat slippers, I'll carry these things and go and give my. And as at the time, my roommate was like, they gave you this thing to give to a lecturer. You are giving it to a girl. I was like, no, this girl now my daughter-in-law should be to my mother. So giving it to her, I'm not doing anything bad and all those things. Now, these are the extents I went. As I am like this now, Valentine happened. This past one like this now. So for the period of time I was in a relationship, I the highest we did was just go out, come back, chill at home. I've not experienced this in the way they say, come out, you have a
Buy
parcel, so
present.
so and so place.
Yeah, buy present.
We Somebody bought me a present. Everything I have in my possession are things I labored for myself or things that friends gave me. But that's when you attach that embargo on somebody that this is my girlfriend, you understand? You expect a whole lot of things from these people on lovers day, or because my love language is words of affirmation, random gift and attention. Now or randomly I can go out and see these panties. I don't need to wait for my girlfriend's pant to tear or for anything to happen before I know that yes, she needs this thing. You understand? I can buy it randomly for a person I know I love. But as at being in the university and doing the little that I was doing for her, all these things were not appreciated. The highest gift I got from her was one sandals that she gave me, and that was on my birthday. That was what she got for me. And when the relationship ended, you needed to see the way I burnt this. You needed to see the way I burnt these sandals. So to cut the whole long story short, the message I'm putting out there is everybody should know their deal breaker. There are people that deal with cheating partners. I can't deal with it, man. I can't deal with sharing my partner with another person. You understand? So that is that.
Thank you so much for coming to our channel, to our live show. I'm just going to share your brands and again for everybody. Please, please, please follow Israel on Twitter. This is his Twitter handle. I hope you guys can see it. He is Royalty Daddy. I don't know why he has that name, but that is it. So please share. And he's always on live. You need to listen to him on live. I'm always on live too. So just listen to people. People tell their story on live. You sometimes some of the things that we hear on live is like, what is this real? And that's why I'm an advanced life space followers. Also, this is his Instagram handle. So please follow him. Israel, I tried googling your YouTube. There's lots of Cardi B. I am
I
legit. I
didn't
don't
say
know.
Cardi B.
No, it's not like I think I am. I put yours here, but what came out was a lot of Cardi B stuff. So if you can send me your handle, your street, your YouTube handle, like snippets, and send it to me, I'll put it on the Facebook group, and so that everybody can see. I want to say thank you so much for sharing. I hope someone somewhere, some place will learn from your story and also not understand that love is good, but there is actually should be a deal breaker. Learn when to walk away, learn when to keep on. I think that you have had a different point to have walked away, but you didn't. But it is what it is. That's what love is all about. And I'm going to wish you well in your pursuits, in your dreams. Thank God we have connection now. Thank God we have links. If I see any job opportunity, I will send it your way because people are always sending things to me. And if there's anybody I know that's looking for somebody on the space or anywhere that I will send it to you. My prayer is that God will bless you and that God will keep you and that God will make you a voice to be heard both online and offline, and that your mom will actually eat the fruit of her labor, and that a woman out there will locate you and find love. Though I have Mata has been she's been talking this time. Please slide into her DM. Please slide into Mata's DM. She's on her name is Mata. She's one of my and you know what about Mata? Mata is a very good person. She actually visits homeless people. So Christmas and Easter, she buys food and she give out to homeless people. And she's someone that actually cooks for them and she goes to share. So she have a very good heart. So please, if she's single, slide into her DM because she's been talking this. I mean, for me, I know that is part of I like someone. So please, I'm gonna be praying for you and I'm gonna wish you all the best. Jacob, thank you so much for joining us. Martha, everybody that dropped a comment, everybody that shared this video, please help us share. And also, I'm going to be rounding up by giving my own thoughts and my own advice on this. Israel, I'm going to just drop you now. Thank you so much. God bless you. Oh, I'm going to remove you now. Thank you. Okay, guys. You guys heard everything from Israel. You see, when I heard his story, what actually that got me about that story was how unkind some women can be in relationship. There is this new trend that is going on in Nigeria about the alpha men and the alpha, and people talk about them in a very negative way. But let me ask you a question. If Israel, after being treated this way, becomes Shola's alpha man, don't you think that he actually has a reason for belonging to that kind of organization called alpha men? These are men that have been hurt by women. These are men that have been maltreated by women. These are men that actually they have taken a lot of bullshit from women. Women, we need to only understand that at the end of the day, if you don't want a man, if you don't love a man, let him go. Do not think that you can eat your cake and have it. It is not fair. You are toiling with people's heart, people's emotion. There might be a young girl out there. You have a school boyfriend and you have a maga, or you have a school boyfriend, and your reason for having that relationship is because you just want someone to be with in school. It is not fair. What you are building are broken images and broken hearts, and it is not good. What if when Israel had joined court and had come after this girl, what would have happened to her? Let's actually be thinking about what we are doing and the repercussion of what we are doing. And he should get a Facebook account. That's easier to connect. Yeah, I think he needs to get a Facebook account. Maybe he will join our group if he gets, because that's the only way he's going to get to you. Or you can also slide into his Twitter. So Matter, so please go, and he's on Twitter. So you can also get a Twitter account and join me and join him and tell him that you're Matter, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. This is like a 1 hour, 34 minutes live. Wow, this is like a long one. So thank you so much for joining us today. We do love a lovely story. Any story that can help or teach someone anything, please contact us. Please call us. We do accept posts. If there's anything you want us to talk about and you don't want to come live, please write it down, send it to us, and we will talk about it. If you can come live, please contact us and we will get back to you. If you don't have data, it's okay. We can sort it out. What we want and what we try to build on this channel is for you to share your life stories and your life issue. Maybe someone out there will learn from your life story. Someone out there will learn from your own journey and become a better person. So thank you so much for joining us. Until I come your way again next week, Saturday, with another life story, all I can say is thank you.